My name's Kevin from AVLX, and I want to talk to you for a moment about some really cool things we've been working on recently for a lot of churches and venues all over the country. And that is LED video walls. Now, for years, venues and houses of worship, if you wanted to do image mag or if you wanted to have environmental projection, it was done through a projector. You had a screen, and you had to either put that projector in front of the screen, mount it somewhere, or take up valuable floor space, or you had to put it behind the screen and have enough distance away from that screen on the back side to be able to shine the projector. Another one of the big downsides to that is that you are literally projecting light. And so if you have areas of your stage that are very well lit or highly lit, you're always going to be fighting that battle of your contrast on a screen. Now, what's cool about LED video walls is that it totally erases that problem because your light source is now coming from the screen. You're not worried about how much light hitting the stage in those back walls. I wanted to talk to you for a few minutes about a few areas and some of the components and the things that make up video walls and also a high quality video wall. Now, the main thing to note when you're talking about video walls is what they call the pixel pitch. You also may think of it as resolution. Now, how close are those pixels together in that space? LED walls can range anywhere from 5.2 millimeters all the way down to like 0.9 millimeters. And that's a pretty wide dynamic. A 2.5 millimeter and lower is what they call a fine pitch. So that's going to look best if you're shooting video on camera. If you're in a high-def video situation and you have a video wall behind you, you don't want to see those pixels come across on the screen. If you think back to some television shows or maybe some concerts or award shows 5, 10, 15 years ago, they were using video walls and they looked great from a wide shot. But when you zoomed in tight on that performer or that person who was speaking, a lot of times you could see the individual pixels in a row on that video wall behind it. It looked great from afar, but when you got up close, you could see the pixels in that resolution. So a 2.5 and lower basically eliminates that issue. In fact, in many applications like houses of worship, if you're doing a background wall or you're doing an entire wall behind the stage or something like that, even a 2.9 is actually still going to be typically a very good resolution. So you're going to be able to have that image quality as long as there's a little distance between the person speaking or performing and the wall behind them. It's going to look good on camera. Now in the room, it's going to look great. A 2.5, 2.9, even a 3.9 in some applications will really look amazing. But what you really got to think about is how much do you need versus how much is your budget, right? Because obviously the higher the resolution or the finer the pitch, the more expensive the product. So let's talk about the resolution. So on a 2.5 millimeter pitch, you're going to have about 40,000 pixels in that box. Now, if you go up to a 2.9, you're looking at 28,244, which is still a lot of pixels in a box that's only 500 millimeters wide by 500 millimeters tall. Now, 3.9 drops you down to about 16,000, but that's still great. And either way, let's say you take 40,000 pixels and put them in a 19.5 inch wide box. You can stack those together, you can stack them up tall, you can use narrow pieces, wide pieces, and you can make whatever look you're working for happen in a video wall. This has transformed environmental projection for churches. We're using it a lot now to create that environmental background for a church. But you can also create the side pieces, or you can use it for image mag. If you have screens that hang up right now, you can replace those projection screens with an LED video wall screen, and you have infinitely better contrast ratio. Your blacks look like black, and they're not going to be washed out or look gray. You can have dark blacks, and those pixels can still also be very, very bright. So they're very good at using for image mag as well. Another great thing I want to talk about, especially with some of the vendors we use like Square V, is the components that they use inside their products. The difference is, like with Square V, is that you have gold-plated leads on all their connectors. So when you look at a video wall, what typically happens when a panel goes out or when a section of pixels go out, it's a corrosion issue. And if you're just using a copper lead or other metal plated leads, over time, those leads expand and contract with heat and cool, and they corrode and they lose connection. That doesn't happen with gold plated leads though. All the solder joints are incredibly detailed and they've done it right. So when you put up an LED wall, especially from Square V, you're looking at a really solid piece that's going to last a very, very long time. Now, as I said, video walls have totally changed houses of worship, but they've also revolutionized venues as well. You know, we've done some places in downtown Nashville that have large televisions and a sports bar and then a gathering outside in an area where you can sit and watch the game in a large group on a large screen. And they look incredible. Now, if that's something you're interested in, something you're thinking about for maybe your church or for your venue, please reach out to us. We would love to talk to you. We have a variety of options that can fit most budgets. We actually take the time to talk to you, get to know what you like and what you do, and then we design a custom perfect product to fit your needs and your budget. So please feel free to reach out to us at avlx.com, or you can call our number, 615-251-9103. We'd love to talk to you and find out more about how we can help with a video wall, a full audio installation, theatrical lighting, or even house lighting solution. We do it all. So give us a call today.